Well, I'll give you the word picture.
Okay.
I want you to treat me as a pupil at the partly trained stage.
Okay.
My instructor, who couldn't make it today, but he has got the same car as you, so I'm familiar with the controls. He said today we're going to do Crossroads.
Right.
That's turning left, turning right, and going ahead.
Okay. All right.
So my name's Tony. So unless you've got any questions, I'll...
Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. Hello, Tony. My name's Sue.
Hello, Sue.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Bob unfortunately can't make it today, so he's asked me to come out and take the lesson for you, with you. He's asked me to look at Crossroads today.
Yeah, that's what he said, yeah.
So we're going to look at Crossroads. So just before we go, I'm going to go through a briefing with you.
Yeah.
But before we do that, just tell me what you've been doing in your previous lessons. Would you know what I was talking about if I said MSPSL? Would you know what that routine is?
Oh yeah, I used that last week on, we've done a bit of a merging.
Okay, so what does MSPSL mean?
Mirror signal position speed, look.
Excellent, okay. So as you said, we're going to use that, it's exactly the same routine that we're going to use on Crossroads, but we've got an additional road to think about it. So looking at this picture here, if we were to take, this is obviously a crossroads, if we were to take that crossroads out, you can see it would be just like you were emerging into
a
normal
picture showing me last week,
yeah? Okay. But as I said, we've got to consider the other road if, at a crossroads.
Yeah.
So same routine, we're going to do our mirrors, our signal position, speed and looking. But if, for example, we were coming up to the crossroads here, we'd be looking ahead, as we're approaching the crossroads, we'd be looking ahead to see what was coming down from the new road, okay? But when we get up to the line, not only do we look right, we look right, straight ahead, left, left, straight ahead, right, taking the information on anything that's going on in that new road, okay? We've also got to consider, so if we're coming from the minor road into the major road, if we're going to turn left, we've got to consider who has the right of way in that situation. So here we are, we're turning left here. If there's this car coming down the road, then it would be exactly the same as an emerge. We'd have to wait for that car. If we're turning left and this car's also turning left, that car would have to wait for us because it's actually coming into the path of our traffic. Can you see that? So, okay. If we were to do a right turn here and we were to turn right and they were turning right, in that situation nobody has the right of way because we're emerging into their path and they're emerging into our path. So we've got to make what's eye contact with the driver, and we've got to make a decision as to who's going to go first there. Okay. We've also got to obviously think about the cars coming up and down the road, so we've got to take that into account. So taking the scenario the other way, and you're coming down the road, as you're approaching the crossroads, you're going to check your mirrors as you would if you were emerging from a junction to assess the situation. Because if you've got to slow down, say for example a car shoots across the crossroads, you've got to be able to slow down or, in order to, that car should shoot across. So as we're approaching the crossroad, it's really important that we check our mirrors and we go through our routine: mirrors, signal, position, speed and look. Okay. We've also got to think about, we may be in a situation where we both want to turn right, and if we're turning right and we're in a situation where we're passing passenger to passenger, it's quite difficult to turn right there. Oh, it's not difficult to turn, but it's difficult to see because we can't see what's going on. As we turn, we can't see up the road because the car's blocking our view, and the same for the red car. So it's preferable, if we're going to turn right turn, that we try to do our turn from driver to driver, because we can see down the road. So as we're turning into the new road, we can see down to see what's coming up, and the same with the yellow car. Okay. We've also got to think about, as we're coming into the new road on the crossroads, so if we're coming across and into this new road, we need to think about any traffic that's parked on the side, just as if we were coming...
Traffic got parked.
So if these cars are parked here and we come across into the new, so we come across the cross and into the new road, if we've got a car parked here, we may have to wait here till that car gets out of the way because we won't be able to maybe put our turn on there, so we mustn't make the turn unless our exit's clear to do so.
I can see it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So if we were coming across this yellow car across, and we had parked cars here, can you see we wouldn't be able to get into the road because this car's waiting to turn here?
Got a funny position, don't he? Going straight on.
Okay, all right. Anyway, if he was coming straight across, we would have to look into the new road to make sure our commitment's okay.
Why has he got this funny position? Why is he not close to the left to go straight on?
Now, who's positioned there so that he can get into the road?
Mm.
Oh, he was turning right. Yeah.
Now would that be so he could see?
Yeah, so he can see into the new road. Okay, yes, okay. We've also got to consider a yellow box junction. You can't enter the yellow box, so we may be at what's called a controlled crossroads, controlled by traffic lights. Oh, you passed through theory, yeah. Okay. So you know about the rules on a box junction?
I do, yeah.
So tell me what we have to think about on a box junction.
Don't enter it unless my way is clear.
Okay, so we must take that into account at the crossroads. Okay, so shall we go to start to put that into practice? Okay. So when we set off now, we're going to be looking for crossroads, and you can identify those by bricks in the houses. You can obviously see here we've got a crossroads, got a road going across and a road straight ahead. We're also looking for traffic coming down the road. So what I want you to do, or what I'm going to do, is help you identify where there's a crossroads. Okay. So when you're ready, if you want to set yourself up.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so can you just tell me what you can see in this mirror?
I can't see very much with that car behind me, but I can see the whole of the back window, and I can see a bit in my head restraining a bit of yours.
Okay, and your right door mirror?
I see the door handles, and I can see the house behind me. The top comes in the top of the mirror, and the car behind is roughly in the middle.
Okay, and this one?
I can see the door handles, and I can see about the same.
Okay, all right. So when you're ready, if you want to set yourself up, and we'll go. Okay, Tammy, so looking ahead now, we can see we've got a crossroads coming up.
Yeah.
So on approach to the crossroads, we're going to look right, straight ahead, left, straight ahead, and right. So we're picking up the information, and we're going to do the same routine. So checking your mirrors on approach to the crossroads, and we're going to go straight ahead at this crossroads here. Now we've got the situation we had in the picture, and we've got traffic parked on the left-hand side. So you're going to have to position in order to get into the new road. So we need to be positioned to the right. So 5 minutes to you, stop. 10 minutes.
Stop.
No. 5 minutes to you, hold it. 10 minutes to me. 10 minutes to me, hold it. Straighten your wheel. And then I just want you to stop at the junction here. Just stop there for me. Right. Okay, so Tony, what I want you to do is I want you to just come up to the give way line, and I want you to just brake gently when we get to the give way line.
You keep telling me to stop then.
Okay. Right, okay, thank you. We're going to, so just remind me, you've done emerging, why do you need to, where does the giveaway line cut into the car?
I need that door mirror, see.
Okay, and why is it important that we don't go over that giveaway line?
You did tell me last week.
Okay, so you can't go over that if you go over that giveaway line, we're going to be in the path of the traffic coming down the road, aren't we? And what mustn't we make the cars coming down the road do?
Swear at me.
Yeah, so we mustn't make them stop, slow down or swerve, must we?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a car coming down. So what I want you to do is I want you to go across the crossroads, but before we go I want you to make sure you do effective observations, looking to the right. Look to the right for me, straight ahead. Now in this situation, we're going straight ahead and the car's turning right, so they're going to cut into the path of our traffic. Looking to the left, looking to the right, straight ahead, and off we go. Now the reason we've got right of way is because she's going to cut across our path of traffic. Sorry. Tony, what are you going to do? No, that's right, sorry. So going back to that situation, that lady would have cut across our path of traffic, so we have the right of way. That's why she was waiting for us. Okay.
And left.
At the end of the road, I'd like you to turn left, please. So in this situation, obviously we haven't got a crossroads, we've got houses straight across from us. So when you were doing your, okay,
Yeah, I'm listening.
no, I'm going to tell you something I don't need to tell you. So on approach to those crossroads, Tony, where do we have to look on approach to the crossroads?
I've never done Crossroads here.
So on approach, just ease off the gas for me. Now what we need to do is we need to look to see if we've got a crossroads. So we're looking for gaps in the buildings. We've got a gap here.
There's no gap there.
Gap there. So
And turning left.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the left, please. So if we see a gap, Tony, would be a good idea perhaps just to ease off the gas just in case it's a crossroads. Then we've got time to stop if we need to. And on approach...
Well, I missed the Crossroads, did I?
No, you didn't there. But if it had been a crossroads, then we might have had to have slowed down, mightn't we?
And we're going to turn left.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the left.
Yeah, I'll be guided by you. I've never done Crossroads.
Okay. Okay, so we've gone a new road now, so we're going to check our mirrors, so check your middle mirror and right mirror. And then looking up ahead, we're going to look for the crossroads. So we're looking for any roads that are cutting across in front of us here. So we're looking for give-way lines at both sides of the road, which would indicate a crossroads.
And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to take the next turning on the right. So we've got a crossroads here. We've got the crossroads sign here on the left-hand side. So
Turning
check
right.
your mirrors, middle mirror and right mirror for turning
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Just get your position here. So remember, we're going to pick up that reference point for turning. Okay, Tony. So just put, when you get past this car, if you can just put up on the left-hand side for me. Just want to help you with the reference point there for turning. Do you want to just...
I'll just help you first, yeah?
Right, okay.
Right, so last week I would have done the mirrors and the signal on the approach to the emerges, yeah? On the way around when you weren't dealing with crossroads, because you're not filling the blanks in.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
In what way?
So on approach to the crossroads, Tony, where are you going to look first?
I want to answer your question because I've never done crossroads.
All right, okay. So
Yeah.
when... Yeah, okay. So... on approach to crossroads, Tony, you check your mirrors first of all to see what's coming up behind you.
Yeah, you need to be a bit more specific, don't you? Tony, we're going to check the middle mirror.
Okay.
If we're turning right, we're going to check the middle mirror, distance speed. We're going to check the right-hand door mirror to see if anybody's overtaken us. If there is anybody overtaking us, we're going to let them go, because if we don't, they're going to be alongside us, and it's going to collide with each other, yeah?
Yeah.
If we're turning left, again it's the middle mirror for distance and speed, the left-hand door mirror for any cyclists. If there is a cyclist there, we wouldn't put the indicator on because we're fighting them, and we certainly wouldn't turn in front of them because we'd run them over, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
We're going to indicate about 6-7 car lengths away to give people around us time to react.
Okay, yeah.
There is occasions where we may have to delay the signal if there's a road just before the crossroads.
Yeah.
If we were to signal 6-7 car lengths, then the car might be waiting to come out of that road and might think I'm turning into that road and pull out in front of me, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
It'd obviously be important not to signal ridiculously early, about 20 car lengths away, because people might just think I'm pulling over to stop, yeah?
To stop, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
so we're not filling the blanks in there. It just feel what I was doing there, don't I?
Okay.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So where do you want to go from here?
Okay, Tony. So, on approach to the crossroad, when we're approaching the crossroads, we're going to turn right at the crossroads. We're going to check our middle mirror. We're going to check our middle mirror first of all and indicate right. Now, before we indicate right, we're going to check to make sure that nothing's overtaking us, because if anything's overtaking us, we're going to delay putting our signal on, because if we put our signal on and the car comes around us, we're going to...
So just go back to the mirrors again, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's one separate story, isn't it? You've gone from telling a little bit of story about the mirrors and then going straight onto the signal, yeah?
Right.
Try again.
Okay. So on approach to the crossroads, Tony, we're going to check our mirrors, and we're going to check our middle mirror for distance and speed. Then we're going to put our signal on if we're going
Which way am I turning?
turning right.
Yeah. Right, so when you took your car to, what mirrors did you check on approach your right hand turn?
Middle and right.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to check our middle mirror for distance and speed,
Yeah.
and then we're going to check our right mirror before we put our indicator on, because if there's a car overtaking us, we're going to delay our indicator, because if we put it on and they're trying to overtake us, we might cause an issue there. We're going to let the car get past us and then put our indicator on, and we're going to indicate. When we do indicate, if we can, we're going to indicate 6 to 8 car lengths
Right,
away.
just stay on the mirrors.
Right.
So if we're turning left, again, it's the middle mirror for distance and speed.
Okay, and if we're turning left, it's the middle mirror for distance and speed, and our left door mirror. If when we check our left door mirror, if we've got a boy on a bike, we're going to delay our signal, because if we put our signal on, the boy on the bike's going to
Well,
become...
we got a bike. The boy on the bike's a bit ambiguous, isn't it?
Right, okay,
It's
so...
a girl on the bike, what do I do?
Alright, so if we've got somebody on a bicycle, then we're going to delay our signal, because if we put our signal on, they're going to think we're going to turn, and we might cause them an issue. So we're going to let them get past us, then we're going to put our indicator on.
Yeah.
So we've done our mirrors, we put our signal on, and then we're going to get the appropriate position. So for turning right, we're going to...
So the signal?
Sorry?
The signal?
We've put our signal on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I put it on 50 car lengths away?
Okay, so we're going to
Have I
put our...
put it on-
Alright, sorry. We're going to put our signal on 6 to 8 car lengths away from the junction.
Yeah.
And we put our signal on so that we warn the cars behind us of what our intentions are. So we give them plenty of notice of what we're going to do.
Yeah, give people around me time to react.
Yeah, give people around me time to react to our signal. And then once we put our signal on, then we're going to get our appropriate position. So if we're turning right, we're going to line our car up with, if you remember the centre, when you were doing your emerges, the centre line of the road, of the new road. So you're going to line the centre line of the middle of the new road up with them underneath your wing mirror, underneath your wing mirror, in order that you can turn into that corner without cutting the corner, because it's really important that you mustn't cut the corner when you're turning right, because if there's any cars coming down the road, then you're going to get into their path. If you don't put your turn on at that point, you may overshoot the junction and have to turn left, and there's a possibility you may mount the curb. If you're going to turn right, you're going to follow the curb, turn right. You're going to use the same reference point that you used when you were turning left when you emerged. Did you get a reference point for when you were turning left on an emerge?
Yeah, I think I've just got a bit confused there. When I'm turning right, I use the same reference points I did for turning left.
No, you're going to... So if you think about the white line coming down the road, you're going to line the wing mirror up with the white line,
The
down
door
the
mirror,
centre,
right.
the door mirror with the centre line, and then you're going to put your turn on there. Now, what you mustn't do before you put your turn on, you must make sure you look at the road to make sure it's safe for you to go. Because if you turn, you mustn't turn in front of the car coming down the road, because you may make them stop, slow down, or swerve.
I think you're probably talking about the left of centre, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I'm talking about the line that comes down the new road that you line up with before you put your turn on.
So which bit are you trying to sort out first? We're not cutting the corner, or we're getting left to centre, which? Because left to centre comes before that, doesn't it?
Okay, so you need to be, in order to turn right, you need to be left of centre, and I'll help you to find your position for left of centre if you're not able to do that. Once we've positioned the car left of centre, then you're going to line your car up to turn right, and you're going to the white line that comes down the centre of the new road is going to line up just underneath the right door mirror. When that lines up, you know then that you're not going to cut the corner and you're going to turn into the new road. Now if you don't do that, does that make sense? If you don't line it up properly, then there's a possibility that you'll either cut the corner, and that's an issue with cars coming down the road, you're going to cut into them and cause an accident there, or if you overshoot it, then you're going to turn too far over, and there's a possibility you're going to mount the curb on the left hand side. Okay. If we're going to turn left, then you're going to follow the curb round, 1 metre away from the curb, and follow it round, and possibly you've had a reference point when you've done your emerging to position yourself for turning left. You're going to use the same reference point for turning left. Okay. So shall we go and put all that into practice? At the end of the road, I'd like you to turn left. So if this was a crossroads, Tony, and we were going to turn left at the crossroads, where would we look?
Right and left.
We'd look right, straight ahead, left, left, straight ahead, right.
Because we'd have to emerge, not crossroads, is it?
No, but if it were a crossroads.
I use his judgment and walk across here and walk back again.
Okay.
And then I can slow stop or swerve.
But would I do that?